Hello, Blenderheads, and thanks for joining us for another casting smoothie, where the ideas are fresh, but the expiration date is soon. In an era where Shazam, Black Panther, and Ant-Man command million-dollar franchises, I'm often curious why other more traditional choices are ignored. For me, the most obvious has been pretty clear since about 1992. So what spin-off did a young boy from the Midwest dream about? I'm talking about, of course, Catwoman. Now I know what you're saying. There already was a Catwoman movie, and it was universally agreed upon as terrible.
You sure? Oh yeah. Yeah? For certain, mate.
Yeah, so was Batman and Robin, and Daredevil, and Ghost Rider, Superman 3, Superman 4, Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 2. What I'm getting at is these all had proper relaunches. I have two opinions about Catwoman. One, Halle Berry wasn't playing Selina Kyle, so it doesn't count. And two, I never finished watching it. Anyway, let's begin our casting this time using a storyline from the Catwoman comics to give us parameters.
Why so serious?
I'm basing this one on my favorite from Ed Brubaker and Cameron Stewart's run, No Easy Way Down. Brubaker put Selina in a hard noir surrounding, which is ideal for the character. The genre also plays to Warner Brothers' strengths, which originally made its mark for producing popular anti-hero crime film. Think movies like The Public Enemy, Dog Day Afternoon, or Goodfellas. For this Selina, we need someone with edge, but with all the charms we've come to expect. That's why I'm pitching one of my current favorite actresses and woman graced with a Cheshire Cat's grin, Zazie Beetz.
Lucky me.
She's already got the superhero credit for playing Domino in Deadpool 2, a role where she merely upped her co-stars by using the power of chillness. She also has the chops to play more grounded roles, like her part in the FX show Atlanta. It's easy to see why Beetz is on the rise, and I think she's got the talent to merge the beauty and the beast aspect of Selina's character. Next is Selina's sidekick and personal Robin, Holly Robinson. While Holly appeared briefly in The Dark Knight Rises, in the comics she takes a more central role as Selina's unofficial ward. For this part I lean towards It and Sharp Objects breakout, Sophia Ellis. Ellis has made a name playing survivors in her short career. Her ability to convey vulnerability and strength at a young age would make her ideal for the troubled runaway. The banner villain of this piece falls to my favorite secondary Batman villain, the Black Mask. Black Mask is a bad dude, born rich and morally empty. He's made a name for himself as the last true crime boss of Gotham City. Zachary Quinto has played bad men from his breakout on Heroes to his assorted manic characters and performances throughout TV's American Horror Story.
People tend to forget that.
Quinto could absolutely make us understand why the Black Mask's appearance is the second scariest thing about it. Also, anyone that can make this sound like a threat deserves a shot at being a Batman villain. Now, what's a Gotham City story without one of her burnt-out police officers making an appearance? While she didn't show up in the original story, for our Blender adaptation, I'm bringing in my favorite original character from the animated series, Detective Renee Montoya. Renee quickly went from reoccurring animated cop to one of the most dynamic characters in the DC lineup. While I'm excited to see what Rosie Perez will do with the character in Warner Brothers' Birds of Prey, for a younger iteration, my choice would be Natalie Morales. While largely known for her TV roles, Morales' no-nonsense charm and down-to-earth appeal makes her perfect as the most sympathetic cop on the GCPD. Also, she's already had a history with DC, showing up in the short-lived show Powerless. But no need to watch it, it just hurts my argument. Up next we have the victims. Suckers. I'm gonna level with you. It doesn't turn out good in the story for our next two characters. First we have Maggie Kyle, Selina's half-sister. Maggie is the polar opposite of her sister, reserved, naive, and religious. Though the sisters come from a similar background, both took very different paths afterwards. In the book, she's younger, but having always seen Selina as the younger sister type, and because none of this matters, she's older in this version. This was also the only way I could justify casting Tessa Thompson. Tessa is currently in my top 3 favorite performers. I also believe she could turn the thankless role of the hero sister into something more. She's the best, period. Now for the character that receives the worst ending in the story, Simon Burton. Who's that, you say? Why, he was almost the brother-in-law of Selina Kyle, meaning almost the husband of her sister. And why do I keep saying almost? Because he almost didn't meet the Black Mask. No spoilers, but it would have been better if he had. I'm giving it to Big Bang Theory's Jim Parsons. Not because Jim Parsons is a bad guy, he's actually pretty fantastic in 2016's Hidden Figures, as well as an outstanding spokesman for LGBT rights. But maybe the idea of seeing Sheldon Cooper meeting his end in a DC movie might add some levity to Simon Burton's gruesome demise. In our final 2 spots, we focus on another important part of Catwoman's life, that of her on-again, off-again beau, Bruce Wayne, and his butler, Alfred Pennyworth. Alfred Pennyworth has seen a bit of a rebrand over the past few years, going from the affable but occasionally stern parental figure to a retired special ops man and drill sergeant. While I have nothing against this version, I kinda like a more reserved British approach. No one knows that better than veteran character actor Rowan Atkinson. While recognized in the US for his slapstick character Mr. Bean, Atkinson is known across the pond for his variety of characters, including 1987's Blackadder III, where he played a, you guessed it, butler for an eccentric prince.
Indeed.
Another indicator might be his role in Disney's The Lion King, where he played the right hand of the king, Zazu. With the casting of Bruce, I'm actually less interested in casting for Batman this time around. I'd argue that was largely how Chris Nolan succeeded with Christian Bale. For this version, I'm taking inspiration from the animated series. And who better than the man who was almost Batman, Armie Hammer. Hammer first broke out by showing the world he was so talented he could make you believe he was twins. While not having landed a successful big franchise yet, it's allowed him to find a comfortable home in critically acclaimed independent films like Call Me By Your Name and Sorry to Bother You. For long-suffering DC fans, they will remember he was previously cast for the now mythically canceled Justice League Mortal. While I griped about his age then, a ripe 22, he's grown into the perfect guy to wear the ascot of Bruce. Fun fact, doesn't have a middle name? Wayne. That does it for this casting smoothie. And if you want to read the story this is based on, check out the graphic novel Catwoman, No Easy Way Down by Ed Brubaker and Cameron Stewart. Now let us know what you think in the comments below. Who else would you like to see in a Blender DCCU? Tell me how badly Tessa Thompson deserves all the roles. And please like, share, subscribe, and hit that buzzer. Yalen Noel is going to be the Green Lantern in the next one. Bye!
Science.